Hey, what's up guys? Jarv here. Happy Thursday. It's a juicy TWAB day, so I thought, all being well, it's probably worth a stream for you guys. We can go through what is rumored to be 18 pages worth of changes coming in the anniversary pack to get us ready for Witch Queen. We've got a massive roll call for a Thursday night. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are in the world. Death and a legendary DJ here nice and early. Code Runners, Flaming Skull, Johnny Hawk, and Ryan. Good to see you guys. Side in the house once again. Ivy should be joining us a little bit later, so that'll be good to join the discussion. Death will probably join us as well as we discuss our way through the TWAB. Philly was here. Jonathan, good to see you. Don't worry about Tuesday, my dude. Work is work. I appreciate your support nevertheless. Don't worry about it. Shadow, good to see you. Grey Wolf as well. Andrew. Spartan, wow, you guys are showing up. Truds. TWAB when? How is TWAB? Tilted, good to see you. Andrew, Aeon Gauntlets. What's the crack with Aeons? I'm doing good, Shadow. Not too bad, man. Hyped to see what's coming and what's around the corner, to be honest. Caleb, welcome in. TWAB is out? Are you for real? Hog, are you trolling? Or am I being trolled literally like straight off the bat right now? Bungie haven't tweeted. I've got Bungie's page right here. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Where TWAB? TWAB is not out. You're just joking? Dude, Hog, I literally get trolled so much. It's insane. But I fall for it, so there we go. You finally got Vex after 42 clears. Let's go, Adept. That's what we like to hear. No TWAB yet. Well, guys, let me know. Put the link in chat. If I don't see the link, I'm probably not going to believe it. So, I've got a couple of sources keeping me in the heads up, so. Yeah, but nice, Adept. GG's, my dude. Don't apologise, Hog. It's all good, my friend. We all like to have a bit of a joke and a laugh. That's why we play video games. So, to pass the time, I need a good pair of Star Eater scales, which does mean we can... have these updated yet? No. Bunker. Wait a second. Legs. Has reset happened? I feel like reset has happened. Let me quickly change character. I feel like those lost sectors are wrong. What's the chance to get Vex each week? Was it 0.05%? I don't know what it is. It's pretty dumb, to be honest. All right. Okay, fine. I want a decent pair of boots. So we're going to go and farm the Bunker E15 because I need some Star Eaters. They are boots. Yeah, let's go. Happy days. Easy done. What ship is that? That is the Platinum Starling, this ship. This is from Season of the Forges. This is what you got for forging 100 weapon frames. So I imagine in Witch Queen, they'll probably have something quite similar, where if you forge or create or craft a certain amount of weapons, you'll probably get a cosmetic item. It probably won't be that one. It might not even be a ship, but we are hopeful. But yeah, 19 days, guys, until the anniversary pack. 19 days. All right. Oh, game sounds muted. Awkward. Easy loot. All right. So what we got here? We got Void. Just Void. Is it just Void? Barriers and overloads. So we want a bow. Most definitely. Void. A barrier. I need a good auto rifle here, don't I? Braytech Werewolf Jarv. Brave, man. Hoping G-Horn is OP. Same, Jonathan. Same. I tweeted out about it a little bit today. 19 days till we get our hands on a G-Horn. Alright, let's masterwork this thing. Use a sword. Could use a sword. Although the boss is not a very swordable boss, is he? Well, they're mages, aren't they, champions? So we'll go with that. Thermoclastic Strike. Blooming. Yes, yes. Yes. I'm not running stasis, but we could do that. Right, what we got then? Linear fusion rifle, it's cool. That's fine. That's for barrier, but I don't have anti-barrier mod, so that's awkward. Oh, we might need to change this then. Well of potency? No, I don't need that. Okay, we'll go with that. Don't know when TWAB is? We don't know when TWAB is. So this is the unofficial waiting room for TWAB here on YouTube. So once it's out, I'll stop whatever I'm doing, whatever we're talking about, and we'll just jump straight into it. You feel ignored? What's going on, Joshua? I appreciate you, man. Well, this guy's... dead. There's he. Sick. Yo, Summit. Good to see you. Welcome in. Oh, damn it. Nearly killed me, that did. Get out of my way, you frames. Here he comes, big boy. Love to see it. Right, this door should open. There we go. What's that door lead to? Interesting. Can someone help me with this week's GM so you can get the Conqueror title? There's actually Asa, if you go !Grandad in chat, my friend GG, he does a lot of GM helps over on Twitch. He also does Master Templar helps this week. So if you haven't got a Time Lost Fatebringer, he's currently doing those today. But he does a lot of GMs. He's done nearly 700 Grandmasters in Destiny 2. So I would highly recommend you check him out. And because crossplay, it doesn't matter what platform you're on. So all good. Where's that barrier? There he is. Oh, reload. I literally just got ruined. Beautiful. Grandad is a legend. Dude, have you seen his Jarv impression? It's actually insanely accurate. It's good. Ooh, cheer. Two heavy bricks? Streamer loot. Best loadout for this Lost Sector is auto rifle, divinity, and a rocket because it's no unstop. I'm not far off that. I've got an auto, Le Monarch, and a linear fusion. So here they come. I'm very attractive, said no one ever. Why lie to me like that? That's really That's toxic, dude. Whoa, leaf moly. God damn. Go back to sleep. This is just a legend. Don't need to stress too much for this. Don't want to stress too much, but I also definitely want to go flawless, so... What up, Paul? No, this is definitely legend. Definitely legend. Oh, hello, mate. What you doing, bro? Do you want to not do that? Yeah. Out of here. The new TWAB isn't out now, Rudy, no, but we are waiting for it. So as soon as it is, we'll cover all the juice. Getting flinched here. Is that another overload? Yeah, no. This barrier is well annoying. Oh, there he is. Gotta love triple tap. Alright, what are we gonna get? Probably some masterwork cores. Unfortunate. What is TWAB? It's This Week at Bungie, so it is the developers' weekly update. But this week is specifically a big week because they're covering off all like the major sandbox changes coming up for the expansion in the anniversary pack in December, which is in 19 days time, but also Witch Queen. So there's going to be a lot of ability changes, weapon changes, things like that. So still better than the blue? Yeah. Stasis isn't really the play. I'm probably just going to go bottom tree. That didn't feel too bad. Like, palindrome's probably pretty decent, but then I don't have a bow for overload, so we'll go again. Silver, good to see you. Carl, average exotic per run is probably 1 in 5. I feel like it's less than that for me personally. my drop rates are trash, bro. I've gone up there. Yeah. Ivy has returned and Chicken Nugget is here. Good to see you guys, man. Welcome in. We're just doing some legend lost sectors currently, trying to get some Star Eater scales. Or Stompies, actually. Could do with a decent pair of Stompies. But yeah, not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. We are working our way through this. I just... Woohoo! Get jumped. Yo, Martins, good to see you. And Darth, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Jarv streaming on a Thursday for what a crazy man. Oh, I'm reloading. That's bad. Take that heavy though. Beautiful. Wonderful, guys. Let's go. TWAB. Yo, Omnom. Welcome in. Early TWABers. What's up, TJ? We have lots of early TWABers today. Jacob, we're going for some boots, dude. I need some Star Eaters big time because mine are trash. I want them for my 100 stasis build. Oh, Wyvern. Ooh. Jesus. That'll help for my that down there. Whoa, chill, oh my god. You haven't seen me in a while. Yo, BNG, welcome in, dude. Welcome in. Haven't seen me in a while. I haven't seen me in a while either, dude. I'm not one for looking in the mirror much. Rip! But that done some crazy damage, actually. That actually did some really good damage. Yo, missing credentials. Welcome in. Oh, no. We've got another one of these gamers here now. Jeez. Goodness me. That was a minute quicker than our last run. Yeah, TWAB could be in roughly... Ooh, Gemini Jesters. At least we got an exotic. We roll on these. Ooh. Not too shabby. 6 hours? No. No. 6 PM UK time, which is in about 40 minutes. God. I don't think anyone would sit and watch me for 6 hours. That's not a terrible pair of Gemini Jesters. I'm gonna have to say. Shame they're Gemini Jesters, but My threaded needle. This is a Reed's Regret, actually. It's triple tap Vorpal. You would? Ah, you're too kind, man. Where did I put my drink? Did I actually make myself a drink and not bring it in? Shame. Lord Shax, welcome in. You need a role like that? What, in your Geminis? It's not too bad. Play Titan? I could play any class, actually, couldn't I? 19 days, Legion. 19 days left. Those Geminis are pretty clutch in trials if used correctly. I need to sort of look at them a bit more. Paul, good to see you. T-Swag, welcome in once again. You got the same role? Nicely on. Let's go, dude. Mine, unfortunately, has a charge time masterwork, so I got absolutely screwed on that one. But it still does a good job, so. Got this guy camping over here. Just hold that for me, dude, while I go up here. Nice. Capri's Horn for life. Not on a hunter, though, bro. Alright. Good to see you, T-Swag. Welcome back, dude. Hope you're doing good. Yo, thank you for the sub. Anubu. Welcome. Cartesian. Oh, hang on a second. Lead from gold. High impact reserves. Needs Vorpal on that. Needs Vorpal. You still waiting for your Bungie bounty emblem? My first Bungie bounty, I think, took a good 10 days. I think to think about, right, is that there is one person at Bungie, probably one of the community managers or one of the assistants, because there's quite a lot of new assistants now, that have to go through every game that was played by every content creator and manually grant the emblem to every player that won or was on the winning team during those games. So on paper, like, it seems like an easy thing, but it's actually quite a lot of work. It took a good 10 days for me to get mine. But if you don't get it, then hit up one of the community managers for sure on socials. Slide into those DMs. Oh shit. This is bad. I've overextended. I'm not invisible. Good damn. This is actually Rick Hackus' stream. I can tell you, it is not. I couldn't tell you the last time I ever saw Rick stream. But he makes a lot of videos, so that's where that time goes, I guess. Check my general section on the emblem if you haven't already. Yes, true. So if you go collections, flare, and then general here, like for me, where's my Aurora Clash emblem? Have I had that many emblems since? Yeah, so there's my Aurora Clash emblem. So that's the old Bungie Bounty emblem. But your new one would be probably on the last page. Damn, there's been that many emblems since I did that? Man, that was such a long time ago. My goodness. These guys are arseholes. hate wyverns, man. With a passion. Alright. What do you mean? I'm invisible, by the way. God. What's a man got to do? Jesus. Okay, that dealt with. That's another. Which is bad. Oh, he... Whew. You got outplayed. Masterwork core. What even is a masterwork core? We don't even know. Fuzzy, good to see you. Saints Jotun of Void Trinity Ghoul. Ooh. Void Trinity would be pretty sick, to be fair. Splash damage got me? Probably, man. Probably. Fidel, welcome in. How good to see you. Good to see you guys, man. Over 300 gamers on a Thursday. You love to see it. You love to see it. So TWAB and all that good stuff. So Ivy and Death are my eyes and ears to the ground. I've also got Bungie's Twitter page up as well. So as soon as we have news, we will share. Until then, we are going to farm this out for now, at least. Level up 229. Oh, cracked. Yes, hopefully a juicy TWAB. I would love a juicy TWAB. I honestly think that like ability regen is going to be based on like getting assists and kills in PvP. So you can't just sit there and like get your riffs. You need to earn them. It's a big change, though, if that's the case. Exactly, missing credentials. Yeah, 19 pages. Oh, my God. Imagine trying to put that into a video. I wouldn't even know where to start with that much information, to be honest. I'll get shot from then. Missed my smoke. Sick. Love to see it. William, good to see you. Pigeon in the house. Exclamation mark Pigeon for the absolute goat. How you doing, Pigeon? You excited for TWAB? I know I am. Sick. Let's go. Where? Pigeon? Pigeon the man. Pigeon is the goat, mate. Good friend. Entertaining streamer. Oh no. Where did that grenade go? Oh, this... Wyverns are so annoying. Aeons... Yeah, I mean, I'm not using... I don't need Aeons on. Dudes! Goodness me. These are some hungry goblins, man. Well, I'm going to clear out some of these ads first before I start going in on this guy. That's it. Get rid of them losers down there. Right. Make contact. We have made contact. Oh, he's dead. Heavy. Love to see it. You running away from me? Get wrecked. Alright, where's this overload? There's another one. Pretty sure there is. That was uneventful. You swear Shadow Dive already got nerfed? Oh, no. No. I think that with Shadow Dive, like, for me, I feel like if you get frozen and then the crystals get smashed as you're frozen by them, then, yeah, that should count as a death. But then, like, if you're just simply... You know, running by those crystals, minding your own business, didn't even know there was a hunter there, and you're not frozen, then I don't feel like... I feel like you should take damage from them, like as a blast, but I don't feel like they should kill you like they do now. That's where they feel too strong. In my opinion, anyway. Trying to regen your health, bro. So rude. Evan, this is the Limonarch, the Void Bow. Great for unstops, man. Unstops are the worst champion. Being able to apply poison to them just makes it easier to stagger them. They are the best overload weapon. Unfortunate. You know, overloads. You know what I meant. Death. Oh my god. It's supposed to be helping me, dude. Not calling me out on... Bro! You want to chill a little bit, bro. Damn. No catalyst, not yet, no. Unfortunate. I mean, what would they do? Archer's tempo would be pretty nice on this, actually. Right, where's this guy? Out of here. He's worse than the boss. This guy's worse than the boss. Did you unlock it? Yeah. Look at this guy. He's going for it. Yo, sweet spot. There we go. I got absolutely mauled. I mean, it is increased void damage, so I guess that makes sense. God, I'm gonna die again. Loads of heavy, nice. Oh, so much heavy. Holy moly. Like 5 bricks. What are we saying? Look at all this friendly fire here. So... Ah, no, don't blow me up. Frosties. Oh my god. Play hide and seek with the boss. The boss is a pain in the ass, man. Like, honestly. Right, Frosties. What were these? What's the roll, guys? Are we saying like 65 plus? $66? Oh man, look at the roll on this thing. What is that? I can't use that on a hunter. Oh. Damn. Unfortunate. The lag? Oh, there's no lag. Maybe just try refreshing if you're buffering. No drop frames here today. Jared, good to see you, man. Matthias, we do not know. We do not know where TWAB is. How is TWAB? Why is TWAB? That roll is for the wrong class. Exactly, Shadow. Can't use it. We go again. This week at Bungie. Yo, Crit. Welcome in. Crit Buff. Fellow content creator and friend. So hanging out in his stream the other day. He streams here on YouTube as well, so be sure to check his channel out. He does these weapon reviews where he actually gets kills with the gun before making a review on it. So rather than doing like a first impressions guide, they're a bit more of a comprehensive view on the weapon as he's actually used it, unlike probably 90% of all other creators, including myself. There's a weapon, quick, make a video. But yeah, they are really good videos. Definitely worth checking out, man. But yeah, Crit, we are literally farming out some Star Eater scales. We are doing Legend Lost Sectors currently. Trying to solo these bad boys. If I'm not going to get hit by all the void damage in the world, we should be good. Let's throw that up there, that'll deal with it. Whoa, that guy is void. That is not good. That guy is also dead, so it doesn't matter anymore. Where's this guy? Don't think so. Right, this guy's annoying. He can die. Like that. We're good. Room clear. We are doing good for time. That's 2 minutes 10. I'm in the boss room. TWAB comes out when TWAB comes out. There is no actual time for that. So until then, you've got to put up with me. So sorry about that. Hopefully soon, though. In all seriousness, we do hope it is soon. Dude, that freaking wyvern. Every time. I'm dead here on all sorts of levels. Heavy. Hit those. Is this guy dead? Oh, the wyvern's dead. Right, I'm going to kill some of these ads first, man. So I get literally melted. Oh, damn. By the boss. People. More heavy. Game is showering me with ammo right now. Something tells me that's going to change when Witch Queen comes out. Right. I'm half health. Let's get my health back. Right. Like an pro. I'm going to die. What the frick was that? We don't talk about that. Nothing happened. Dude! These things are ridiculous. These are worse than anything. Did I even kill the overload? It probably despawned. You didn't see anything? Good stuff. Bombardiers! Oh my god. Lidderts! What's up, man? Good to see you. Pro gamer move? I mean... That camera switch made you die? I mean, just dad gaming. Literally just dad gaming personified there. What's this? 60 roll? Oh, man. Are these even good? Morning, Shiro. Good to see you. It was perfect. Are those even good? What are they? Are they dog? They look like to me. It's all part of the plan. I just want to get my health back. True. You got adept reads? Let's go. Hey boy, nice to see it. I'll be back. You're off to work. Thanks for the content. No worries, Adept. Have a good shift. Hope it goes swimmingly fast. And we'll probably still be waiting for TWAB when you're back. What is this? Just farting out loot. Good days. Zombie Zer, good to see you. This lost sector is easy. I mean, I'm not doing it because it's hard. I'm doing it because I need exotic boots. Either Stompies. I want a nice pair of Stompies, because who doesn't? And Star Eaters. I mean, if Radiant's Dance Machines were still good, those would be nice. But they're not, so we don't want those. You sticking around for a while? I appreciate that, Jared. Good to see you, man. Right. Get that clay open. That's open. That's open. You're not dead. You're not dead. Over there. I'm nearly dead. Dead now, though. Cool, they're all dying pretty quick. Him down. What's this guy doing? Pushing. Oh no, it's bad. Oh, this is all sorts of bad. That guy needs to do one. Right, now where is he? Okay. King's Cobra, what's up, dude? Do 3 of each activity? Oh no. That means I have to play Gambit. No one wants to do that. Alright, Wyvern's over there this time, which is happy. Look at this guy. Dead, love to see it, right. Let's just get these out with bows, I think. Poisoned, good stuff. Right, let's get my health back. Awkward. Sick! Alright, we're going to throw that there. Right, they're down. He's dead. So much heavy, man. What the frick? Beautiful. What's that? That was good. That was 4 minutes 40. That was our quickest run yet. Stompies? Poggers, man. Oh, I love to see it. Oh, finally. Are they good, though? Let me crop that reaction. You don't want to do that. Poggers. Yo, EL Gaming, welcome in, guys. Happy Thursday to you all. We just had a tweet. This week at Bungie. Oh, the TWAB's out. Let's have a quick look at these stompies. Oh, they went to Postmaster. RIP. All right. TWAB. We have TWAB. There is TWAB. Let's turn this music down. All right. Let's take my face off this, and we'll zoom in a little bit. All right. So this week at Bungie, we take a look at every grain in the abilities sandbox. Poggers. Hello and welcome to another sandbox-focused TWAB. If you're new to these parts, you may be asking, what's a sandbox? And it's a little bit complicated, but it's a split between the weapons that we use, the armor we equip, and the perks and mods that we hunt for, and the enemies that we face. But let's be real, Destiny 2 sandbox is broad. Last week, we focused on the weapons sandbox and what changes are planned for December 7th. This week, we're taking a pass at the abilities our Guardians possess, things like supers, melees, grenades, class abilities, and I highly recommend that you grab a glass of water, maybe even a snack, because we've got plenty of lengthy update for us to read through. Wow. Okay. They are going in on this. So before we dive into the details, it's customary to have a TWAB intro discussing what's going on in the realm of Destiny and Bungie. Let's keep it short and sweet. So the 30th anniversary is out on the 7th of December, which just so happens to be 19 days from the publication of this blog. In-game, there'll be plenty of things to do between seasonal challenges, trials, and the occasional Iron Banner, vendor reputation, god roll hunting, and a lot more. Next Thursday is Thanksgiving here in the States, so many of us will be taking some time to rest up and spend time with the family. As such, expect a very light TWAB next Wednesday. Wednesday TWAB. Okay. So the sandbox. Let's move down here. So Kevin Yanis is here to give us a quick intro before we hand off to fellow designers Eric Smith and Mike Humboldt. A few TWABs ago, they gave a brief roadmap leading to the 30th anniversary pack, Witch Queen and beyond. A new roadmap update will not likely happen for some time after this, as the team is heads down on more than a few initiatives. One of the initiatives that we're going to hear about today is an adjustment to the ability regeneration as a whole and a refocusing of Crucible gameplay on weapons. Now, the team has touched almost every piece of ability content with this release, and I'm fairly convinced this is going to be our biggest balance patch ever. Whoa, okay. They're going in, bro. They are going in. All right, let's skip down to some of the changes, though, because so they're hoping that the anniversary shakes up the sandbox in new ways and gets us excited for even more changes coming in Witch Queen, and the team will likely go heads down for a bit as we still have Solar Arc Point 3.0. What is this? Solar and Arc 2 3.0ify, along with other insanely cool initiatives. All right, cool. Because, yeah, Void is getting a complete rework in Witch Queen. All right. The winds of change. Here we go. So in the 30th anniversary, they've changed the way ability cooldowns work. So up until now, cooldowns across individual ability types, things like grenades, melee, class abilities, and supers, have generally been identical between all abilities of the same type. So, for example, all the grenades in today's Destiny share the same cooldown time, with the exception of Stasis. Now, this shared cooldown means that all grenades need to have roughly the same power output because they have the same time cost to the player. So in the anniversary pack, they've made a change that allows us to tune the cooldown of each ability separately, and this gives us a new knob to turn when balancing abilities that are too powerful or not too powerful enough. So the Flux Grenade, so they've increased the base cooldown from 82 seconds to 182 seconds. What? 100 seconds? Whoa! That's like an extra minute and a half, bro. What the frick? That's like a quarter of a Crucible match. What? That's just a Flux Grenade. Oh, God. Increased attached detonation damage from 150 to 250. Oh, wow. Okay, so they can now one-hit kill in Crucible. Okay, so it's a trade-off. Increased damage versus PvE combatants by 15%. Remove projectile tracking. Added a small amount of aim assist. Increased throw speed by 170. These things are going to be coming at you like rockets, mate. Now sticks to all services. Wow. Goodness me. That's quite big, actually. That gives us an idea of where this is going. That is nuts. Damn, 182 seconds. My God. So as you can see, the Flux Grenade now has a very long cooldown, but it's a one-hit kill in PvP if you manage to land it. It also hits harder in PvE. And as a reminder, the Flux Grenade is currently only available to the Hunter Arcstrider. So now here's an example in the opposite direction. The Firebolt Grenade. Heaven forbid people will have they have to actually shoot. It's leaning more into gunplay. Yeah, 100%. Firebolt. So this will have a reduced base cooldown of 82 seconds to 64 seconds. Nice. Reduced damage per bolt from 90 seconds to 65 seconds, and increased damage against PvE combatants by 15%. So the cooldown for the Firebolt is lower in time, especially at tier 10 discipline, but it also has a lower damage output. I like what they're doing here. Each grenade now just will inherently feel different rather than just look different. You know what I mean? I quite like that, and it allows them to like pull individual levers within a subclass. That's quite cool. The update is not live yet, Hyper. No, this is going to go live in 19 days' time. So, yeah, a lot to take in. Now, these kinds of varied cooldowns and power outputs should make the game feel more dynamic and give more depth and build crafting. To make build crafting around cooldowns easier, you'll now be able to see the base cooldown time of your abilities when selecting them on the subclass screen, as per example Exhibit A. We can see that here, 1 minute 30 for Chain Lightning. Cool. On the character screen, you'll see the actual cooldown time of your abilities as they're affected by your equipped ability and armor stats, as per Exhibit B. Interesting. Nice. A couple of things to note about the cooldown times in the UI. So the base cooldown time is actually the cooldown time at tier 3 of the relevant armor stat, strength, discipline, etc. This is because the system technically penalizes you for tanking your stats below tier 3, in which case your cooldown will have a longer time than the base. Oh wow. We're looking to update this to be more intuitive in future releases. Yeah, man, because if I've got like tier 10, I want this cooldown to reflect. Well, it should do anyway, so it's fine. Cooldown times for class abilities are not currently displayed due to a technical issue. We plan to fix this in a future release. Okay. We've been calling for this variability. What? We've been calling for this variable ability cooldown system. My goodness. And we think this is the beginning of a big change for Destiny 2's sandbox. It's a foundational change in preparation to move to light subclasses over to the 3.0 system that Stasis currently uses. So for the 30th anniversary, they're going to be using it to change the cooldown of nearly every ability in the game. Oh my god, okay. One of the design goals this year is to reduce the amount of ability spam in Crucible and put the focus back to gunplay, as per Crit Buff's comment a moment ago. So to this end, they've made ability cooldown times longer on average than they were before. They don't want PvE and their experience to suffer for the sake of PvP balance though, so they've tried to compensate where possible, where they've increased grenade damage by 15% or more. This should make grenades feel a little bigger than they do in today's game, and melee ability cooldowns haven't been increased quite as much as grenade cooldowns, and some of the less aggressive melee attacks have lower cooldowns than before as well. Nice. So class ability cooldowns also have generally increased, but the changes vary depending on which ability you have equipped. Do they go into all this detail? Damn. Right. So we're excited to see these changes once they hit the live game. We've been monitoring the adjustment accordingly in future releases. I'll now pass you over to Mike Humboldt to talk about bigger changes to super cooldowns. All right, let's just skip. So the high stake modes like Trials and Survival, where each life is precious, passive play becomes more common as players sit back and wait for their supers to close out a tied game. In general, we want the most efficient way to gain super energy to be actively engaging in combat. This doesn't mean you need to win every gunfight, but we want you to try. Okay, so here's a few goals. So in PvE, super uptime should be relatively unchanged from the live game, if not slightly higher. So we're pretty happy with the frequency of supers in most PvE content, and we don't want to make big changes right now on that front. So everybody should get their super at least once in a 6v6 match that goes to the score or time limit as long as they engage in regular combat. At least once. Everyone remembers Destiny 2 when it first launched, and people very rarely got their super. And if they did, it was at the very end of the match. So I hope it's not quite as oppressive as that. Supers should be less frequent in 3v3 modes than they are in the live game, where 2 supers per match is fairly regularly occurs. Yeah, that's true. So with these then, so these modes are about expression of player skill. So they want the skill to be primarily about team coordination, positioning, intelligence, use of abilities, and the first and foremost, gunplay. Cool, makes sense. Interesting. Primary weapons should have a noticeable benefit in the super energy regeneration. So with the new system, they're scaling energy gains up and down granularly based on the source of the damage, both outgoing and incoming. So outgoing primary weapon damage has significantly higher return of super energy per damage point than any other type of damage. Whoa, okay. You actually got to hit your target. I hope that is your actual target, because I can just see, like, just shoot the barricade to get super energy. Just, you know, shoot Telesto bolts and get super energy. You know, there's something going to be a little bit... I hope it's not... I hope it is the actual combatant and not just, like, yeah, a barricade or Telesto bolts, because you could exploit that quite easily. I'd like to think they've tested that. Bad juju meta? Could be. Could be. Different supers should come online at different times in a given match, and your super of choice should have an impact on how quickly it regenerates. So to iterate then, so what we mentioned before, we've always lived in a world where nearly every super in the game shares the same cooldown, regardless of their efficiency in the given game mode. Now we have the made the foundational change to differentiate cooldowns per individual ability. We want to address the super o'clock issue in the Crucible, where 3 minutes into a match, 12 supers are simultaneously popped and chaos ensues. We also want to open up build crafting space, where your super cooldown time is an important element in your decision making beyond how high you want your intellect stat to be. That is a fair reflection. It sounds fun. I don't know what you mean. It's rewarding you for using the gun that you're holding in your hand, right? Destiny is a first-person shooter, not a first-person ability spam simulator. You know what I mean? So I get where they're going with it, but ultimately you have to approach these changes with an open mind, because there's going to be a massive element of seeing how it plays out. And you can't really get to grips with that until you have it in your hands. We've only got 19 days to go, guys, so it shouldn't take too long. It's also important to stress that this is the first iteration of the system, where any given super will fall into a recharge rate tier will change over time as they continue tuning. These are the super regeneration rate tiers that we're launching on December 7th. So tier 5 being the fastest, tier 1 being the slowest. Exactly, it's more ability than FPS. You can 100% agree with me, 100%. Yeah, it's a first-person shooter, first and foremost. Right, so tier 5, fastest regen, Well of Radiance. Expect to see a lot of Well of Radiance Warlocks in the Crucible. Drager Snuff will be very, very happy. Blade Barrage, Silence and Squall. Tier 3, we got Sunshot, Shadow Shot, Burning Maul, Arc Staff, Naval Bomb, Thunder Crash. Golden Guns, Tier 2, Chaos Reach, Naval Warm, Storm Trance, Daybreak, Sentinel. And the longest ones, Spectral Blades, Fist of Havoc, Hammer of Soul, Glacial Quake, Winter's Wrath. Are those 3 Titan supers in Tier 1? I feel like Titans just got absolutely cucked there. Damn. Damn. I mean, they are some of the strongest supers. I don't know. All right. So as Kevin and Eric mentioned, this sets up for the future as we move towards a subclass 3.0 system. As for example, in the 30th anniversary, things like the Deadfall and the Mobius Quiver variants of the Shadow Shot will share the same cooldown tier, but with the 3.0 launch in February, these could exist in different tiers entirely based on their potency. Wow, they're going to branch out the subclass. That's nice. But by the same token, Ward of Dawn, which is currently tiered with Sentinel Shield's cooldown, will be moved into the Tier 5 group as a standalone super with Void 3.0. Nice! So they won't be sharing their same thing. Bro, Bungie love to shut down Titans. Dude, they give Warlocks the shortest cooldowns and they give Titans the slowest. You know what I mean. Warlocks the shortest. I don't know. Taking it down a notch. Let's talk about non-super abilities. So in the TWAB back in May, Kevin shared foundational pillars for the role that they want to play in PvP combat. As a quick refresher, this is where we'll be heading. So weapons will be the primary way players engage in combat. Non-super abilities should rarely solve an encounter by themselves. Abilities have clear strengths, weaknesses, and counterplay. But build crafting is rewarded within the movement-to-movement combat loop of Destiny. We're not there yet, but in general, ability uptime in the Crucible is too high. But with the 30th anniversary, they've taken a pass at a significant number of those elements. So across subclass perks, armor mods, and exotic armor pieces, we have tuned PvP energy regeneration separately from their base PvE values, which we are not changing. Haha. Damn. All right. Per our pillars, we wanted build crafting to be rewarding, but in its current state, the combinational nature of these perks and items leads to an unsustainable ability energy economy that diminishes weapon play in PvP. 100% agree. For this tuning pass, we're focusing primarily on items that feed into self-perpetuating loops of ability energy gains. Here's a brief list of the affected items. I think we all know what these items are. These perks have had their ability energy regeneration reduced by roughly 50% in PvP. They've targeted perks that have either activated out of combat or in a single button press, or those that have returned amounts of ability energy that are significantly out of brand. So you've got Whisper of Shards. Are these Arc Web, Rising Storm, Ionic Traces, Electrostatic Surge, Aftershocks, Inertia Override, Benevolent Dawn, Practice Makes Perfect, and Dark Matters. Fresh primary meta. It's going to feel so much like Halo. Halo is all about gunplay, although I've watched a lot of it and it's also about spamming grenades as well. So that's something you're not going to be able to do in Destiny anymore. Subclass in super perks. So these perks scale down energy returns as you get kills in your super. What? These perks scale down in energy returns. So the first kill while in your super returns more super energy than your third kill. Oh man, you get reducing returns on super kills now. These perks often result in supers being able to roam the map for much longer than is healthy for the game and mean that a victim can frequently die to an active super, respawn on the other side of the map and be killed by the same super again. Yeah, I think we've all experienced that. We've rescaled this energy refund decay more aggressively in PvP so that the minimum energy refund is reached roughly twice as quick. No change has been made to the refund decay across PvE combatants. All right. It's going to affect Everlasting Fire and Trample. Exotic Armor. Each exotic below has had custom tuning passes focused on their ability energy return in PvP. So the Frosties no longer stack in PvP with other regenerational buffs. Is now an additive scalar. What the frick? So it doesn't multiply, it just adds. No change in PvE. Heart of Innermost Light. Ability energy regen scalars reduced by 50% in PvP. Controverse Hold. Duration of the grenade regen buff is no longer random between 1 and 4 seconds. It is now fixed at 1.75 seconds. Reduced energy regen scalar by 50%. Doomfangs. Reduced super energy gain on activation when an opposing player is killed by a void melee by 50%. No change in PvE. God damn. Shinobu's Vow. Reduced grenade energy gain on hits versus players by 66%. Crown of Tempest. Grenade, melee, and super energy regen scalar buff duration reduced from 7 seconds to 4 seconds in PvP. And the Staggers has had a reduced class energy refund on shield break by 50%. No changes to any of those in PvE. Wow, that is like some... You want to say they're nerfs, but they're not really nerfs because they're just readjustments, aren't they? They're nerfs from their current state. Let's put it out there, but as a whole collective sandbox change, they would be nails that would be sticking out the wood. They'd have to be knocked down. Armor mods. So in general, we've reduced the energy returns from these mods by roughly 50% in PvP, depending on the number of copies of the mods you have slotted. So melee kickstart, grenade kickstart, utility, perpetuation, bolstering detonation, focusing strike, bomber, outreach, domino, disruption, momentum transfer, and impact induction. Pretty much all of them. How is Silence and Squall a tier 4? Because it's a very easy super to evade. You have to think about it. You have the silence part of that super, which is the first target. So if you hit that, that's a guaranteed kill. And the second target is where the tornado takes effect. But you can hit a second target. So in theory, by activating the super, you could take out 2 targets. But the actual whirlwind moves slower now. So it's an easy super to avoid. Like, you see people pop them in trials all the time, and if they don't get a single target, it's a wasted super. So I can see why that is a tier 4, personally. Whenever have you got more than 2 kills with Silence and Squall? Really? Unless you're playing Control or Iron Banner. All right, here we go. Stasis Crystals. Stasis Crystals do a lot. On top of freezing players when they're created, they also block line of sight, block movement, and act as explosive barrels. It's all a bit too much for PvP. With this release, Stasis Crystals will now slow players instead of freezing them, and will do much less damage to players when they detonate. As far as PvE is concerned, Stasis Crystals will still freeze combatants, and with increased Stasis Crystal detonation damage versus PvE combatants as well. Looking at the numbers, though, it was almost always better to shoot directly at a combatant instead of a crystal near a combatant. This change should help crystals better live out their explosive barrel dreams. So for Stasis Crystals then, so while forming, Stasis Crystals now slow nearby players instead of freezing them. They still freeze in PvE while forming. They've increased the freeze and slow radius while forming from 1.7 meters to 2.6. So you're more likely to be slowed, but you can't be frozen. When you pump stomp a team and they trying to recap, I've gotten about 4 or 5 kills, best scenario. I know, but that's a very situational. That's a perfect situation for that super, right? That's when you would use it. So for the most part, whilst you get it back quicker, the chances are you're holding on to that super for that particular scenario, which is fine. This is exactly what that super's for. But outside that scenario, You're looking at 1 or 2 kills at best. Score is slow as fuck. It is very slow. Very slow. Increased, so they've reduced crystal detonation damage versus players by 55%. Increased crystal detonation damage versus PvE combatants by 60%. And increased crystal detonation radius from 6 to 8%. Alright. So really, the only way you can get frozen in PvP now is from a super. A stasis super can freeze you that any other ability can't. I mean, I guess we need to find out about like the Warlock Rift and stuff like that. But if grenades aren't going to freeze you, I can might say for certain that class abilities probably aren't going to do that either. Hunter dodge. It's meant to be definitely unless I spam the abilities. Yeah, 100%. Hunter. So in order to meet our goals of less ability spam in Crucible, we're reducing how often hunters can dodge. What the f? Right, I'm going to play a different class. Gambler's dodge is getting hit the hardest here because it can completely circumvent melee ability cooldown times. It also completely changes Hunter's silhouette in PvP, making it very powerful. In addition, Hunter dodges will no longer break projectile tracking, meaning it's less of a get-out-of-jail-free card than a tracking rocket or other slow-moving projectile that's flying towards you. Damn! Yo, what's up, Michael? Good to see you, man. Welcome in. So the Hunter dodge no longer breaks projectile tracking. Markman's dodge tier 10 mobility cooldown increased from 11 seconds to 14 seconds. Base cooldown unchanged at 29. For the Gambler's dodge, it's been increased to 18 seconds, and the base cooldown's been increased to 38 seconds. I feel like Hunters can live with that. I feel like 3 seconds. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like that's as bad as I was expecting, to be honest. I do feel like being able to dodge and it break tracking was a little bit, a little bit OP. But the increases to cooldowns aren't too bad. Yeah, Cobra, I was expecting so much worse. It doesn't sound that bad. Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, so Revenant. All right, here we go. Shatter Dive. Here we go. This is what we want. Much less lethal versus players due to stasis crystal changes. Much more lethal versus combatants due to the stasis crystal changes. Increased shatter damage versus frozen PvE combatants by 100%. So the changes to Shatter Dive are as a indirect change. So the indirect change to Shatter Dive is as a result of the direct change to Stasis Crystals. Okay. So Shatter Dive still exists, but it's much less lethal versus a normal player due to the changes we talked about earlier with Stasis. But dude, I use it a lot in PvE anyway. I'm going to be loving this. This is going to be awesome. Grim Harvest aspects, they've increased the fragment slot from 2 to 3. Oh, wow. Okay, so you're not going to be able to pair it. Okay. Top Tree Arcstrider, Combination Blow, reduced base cooldown duration from 96 seconds to 15 seconds. Ooh, here we go. So it's now going to be Shatter Dive melee. Well, it depends how much damage the crystal does. But you could say that about shotguns, though. After the change to shotguns, you go, oh, it's just going to be shotgun melee now. But it was always shotgun melee. So we'll see. I feel like Arcstrider main coming back. Yeah, I'm going to... Combination Blow every 15 seconds is actually a little bit naughty, to be honest. This change to Combination Blow melee was made possible by a variable ability cooldown system. Previously, Top Tree Arcstrider were basically required to use Gambler's Dodge with the tree, We hope this change will make the ability viable even if you're using the Marksman's Dodge. Might have to try that out. Bottom Tree Night Stalker vanish in smoke. They've reduced the base cooldown from 96 seconds to 75 seconds. Cool. It has a low damage output, but it has high utility. So the subclass tree is struggling in PvP, so they've increased how often the Pathfinder's Hunter can go invisible. So expect more invisible hunters. Titan. Shoulder charges. So all shoulder charges no longer one-shot players. Sprint activation has been reduced from 1.5 seconds to 1.25 and have increased the range to 6.8 meters. Targeting cone width has been increased by 10% and they've increased damage for PvE combatants by 25%. Damn. All right. So no longer you can... They made such a big deal about shoulder charges being one-hit kills again. I don't get killed by shoulder charges a lot. I will be honest. Seismic Strike reduced AoE damage from 90 to 40. Now blinds enemies in the area on hit. Increased base cooldown from 82 to 90 seconds. Arc shoulder charge. Void Shield Bash. They've reduced the AoE from 90 to 40 as well. And increased the base cooldown from 82 to 90 as well. As for Hammer Strike, they've reduced direct impact damage from 170 to 120. So you're going to have to follow that up with something. And they've increased base cooldown again to 90 seconds. Graviton Forfeit meta. Mate, Graviton Forfeit might be good. But I feel like Arc Strider might be strong too. I didn't feel like shoulder charges were a problem. I do agree there. Like, I don't sit here every day playing Crucible and think, man, shoulder charges are just OP. Because they ain't, really. But I guess what they don't want, and what it seems is, they don't want a one-hit kill. They don't want a one-hit kill melee, but they don't mind a one-hit kill grenade on the basis it takes you longer to get that grenade, and it's a direct hit. So there's a risk-reward element, right? So... Shatter Dive, on the other hand. Barricade, so the Towering Barricade, moving on, has increased its base cooldown to 40 seconds, only a small increase. And the Rally Barricade has had its cooldown reduced to 32 seconds. So trying to make you use the smaller barricade a little bit more. Yeah, to make the choice slightly more interesting. I get it, I get it. Skill with ability seems to be the aim here. Yeah. Primary focus is gunplay. Then if you want to use your abilities, whether that be your class ability or your grenades or anything, it's going to have to be a risk reward. You're going to have to use it to maximum efficiency, right? You can't just spam it anymore, because that's going to be a big adjustment for a lot of players, because Destiny's just been a little bit like that for a long time. Especially, like they said earlier, like 3 minutes into a game and it's literally like ability spams everywhere. So it will feel harsh at first, but then we'll just, we'll just adapt, as the saying goes. Right. Behemoth. Diamond Lance. So they've increased fragment slots from 1 to 3. Wow, that's a big change. Now spawns a Diamond Lance upon killing a PvE combatant with a stasis weapon. Neat. Killing 3 players with stasis weapons in a single life. Killing an enemy with a stasis ability and shattering an enemy. Wow, there's going to be lots of lances. A lot of lances. Just adapt, right? Just adapt, forehead. So Shatter Dive increased... No, sorry, Shiver Strike. Increased Shiver Strike damage from Glacial Quake by 50%. Whisper of Chains increased damage resistance versus PvE combatants to 40%. Okay. Bottom Tree Striker. Oh no. Knockout. So the melee lunge range and melee damage bonus now deactivates after a melee kill. The Trample. Super energy gained from Fist of Havoc light attack now decays to a minimum amount over 3 PvP kills, down from 7. And Frontal Assault increased base cooldown to 106 seconds. Those are some big changes there. Fist of Havoc, heavy slam radius reduced from 8 meters to 6 meters, bottom tree only. Wow, okay. Diamond Lance felt useless before. Yeah, that definitely gives it a bit more utility because it's going to be up more often and is available from additional sources. So I feel like that's a good change for that, Diamond Lance, but I feel like bottom tree just got literally just a little bit ruined. But it is. Frontal Assault, cooldown. Warlocks. Uncharged melees. Warlocks have been losing slap fights for too long. I know, but they have like ridiculous range on their melees. With the 30th anniversary, Warlocks will be able to melee just as quickly as Titans and Hunters. We're also removing the 1 meter range extension Warlocks received as a compensation. We still think the idea of each class having unique qualities to their melee is interesting, but we want to do it in a way that won't cause one class to consistently lose slap fights. Maybe one day in the future. So uncharged melee, so reduced melee range from 5.5 meters to 4.5. And they've reduced the suppression time after a melee, so you can now melee back to back at the same speed as a Hunter or a Titan. I feel like that's a big rip to bottom tree strikers, honestly. But I get this, because this now means that all melees are on they're parity between all three of them, so it's not too bad. Middle Tree Voidwalker, handheld supernovas. They've reduced damage versus players. It now deals 150 as a maximum amount of damage, so it can't one-hit kill. Increased damage versus champions and bosses by 30%. Increased projectile range to 14 meters, and now pushes targets away from the Warlock on detonation. Interesting PvE changes. And then for the Nova Warp, they've increased damage versus champion and bosses by 30%. I feel like those are some good PvE changes for the Middle Tree there. You have to remember, Middle Tree got a massive buff on its super damage, especially in PvE. Buff Thunder Crash damage to nuclear tier. Can you imagine, bro? Can you imagine that? Be insane. Shade Binder. So all 3 stasis grenades now have different cooldown times. So we need to make a change to Bleak Watcher to avoid a situation where it's always the best to use grenade with the shortest cooldown time. This results in an overall cooldown increase for Bleak Watcher, which fits its incredibly high power output. So Winter's Wrath, they've reduced shatter pulse damage versus enemy supers, must now generally freeze and shatter all supers twice to eliminate. Oh wow, okay, that's a nerf and a half there. So the pulse does less damage to supers, and you now need to freeze the target and shatter them twice. Rip. Penumbral Blast, increased proximity destination radius versus PvE combatants by 100%. And while Bleak Watcher is equipped, all stasis grenades charge at glacial grenade rate. There we go. What's your thoughts on that? Winter's Wrath. It was a strong super, but it also still has one of the longest cooldowns. So it might not be the one and only choice. So we think we've covered all the big stuff. There's a bunch of other small changes coming in the 30th anniversary, but we'll be covering everything else in the official patch notes. As you can see, the team have been hard at work adjusting the sandbox globally. We hope the picture we're painting here reinforces the statement we've made in the past, that the sandbox is going to evolve alongside the game, As we hit year 5 and beyond, this statement will become even more true with new and exciting changes coming with the subclass 3.0 experience. Stay tuned for patch notes when the 30th anniversary goes live on December 7th. Oh, mate, there's some juicy changes in that. Back to the now. Destiny 2 leaving the Xbox Game Pass. On the 8th of December, Destiny 2 and its expansions, Forsaken, Shadowkeep, and Beyond Light will leave Xbox Game Pass on console and the cloud. The D2 experience and current expansions will remain on the Xbox Game Pass for PC, however. There we are. Once Destiny 2 leaves the Game Pass, players who don't own any of the expansions on Xbox will lose access to the campaign missions, expansion-specific activities, the Stasis subclass, military supers for each subclass, and the 10% off perk for silver purchases and other game add-ons. My goodness. Losing Stasis? Mate. Bye-bye Shatter Dive. I feel like Shatter Dive's still going to be good. You wonder if Titan Behemoth will be viable in GMs now? Probably, because that Titan Behemoths have great like damage reduction anyway, right? When the super's active especially. So I hope so. Nerf Doom March's only defense against Shatter Dive and Stag. Doom Marches aren't the only defense, are they? I don't think so. Oh, Shatter Dive is going to be insane, Reavers, in PvE. 100%, I agree with you. Yo, hello, Reavers. Good to see you, man. You still need Shadowkeep? Yeah, this is a big change. Taking it off that. Items such as the exotics already acquired will still be available for players who earn them, and previously purchased season passes will still remain active. Players who wish to continue playing Destiny on Xbox should look for a D2 expansion discount that will be available soon. All right, so don't purchase it yet, guys, if you want to purchase it to keep stasis and all this good stuff. You have to remember, there's Deepstone Crypt, you got the dungeons, all the hunts, exo challenges, Nightfall Strikes, Trials of Osiris currently. Although, if you don't buy Beyond Light, you will still get access to Trials as long as you buy Witch Queen, because I feel like you have to have the most recent DLC to access Trials. So, just bear that one in mind. As a reminder, the Witch Queen will not be available on console or PC Xbox Game Pass when it launches on February the 22nd. Xbox blocks players. Kinda lame, you have to buy Beyond Light after paying $90 for Witch Queen. I mean, if you've been paying for the Xbox Game Pass, you've been paying a subscription for obviously a massive library of games. But yeah, like, I would wait to see how big the discount is. I would like to think it would be a decent one, you know, if they're expecting people to dip into their pockets again. So Xbox. So since crossplay launched earlier this season, they've seen Xbox players report that they've seen a lot of blocked players on their roster when they haven't blocked anyone. So to help us with the investigation, they've added some steps here while they're looking into that issue. Movie of the week. Should we watch these movies of the week? What's this here? A tribute to the beauty of Destiny. All right, let's watch this. sandboxes are some of the best looking in any game. Right, what we got here? Wait a second. What? Wait, what? I didn't see it because it was like in like 420p. Oh shoot! Oh shoot!
Triple down. Look at them fall. Outstanding.
Oh, unlucky, dude. GG's. Congratulations to Movie of the Week winners there. Artists of the Week. So some good bits of art here. Let's check these out because art's actually sick. The final part of my Taken Guardian series. Cool. This is Borg, Exo Enthusiast. Yo. It's good. I like that. I like that helmet. That helmet's so sick. Congrats to Borg. Oh, shoot. I literally just closed the TWAB. Awkward. Let's go all the way to the bottom. Where else are we? We are here. I Hear a Whisper. This is by Robin. This is Eris Morn. Ooh. Actually see what her other eye looked like. Never really thought about that. What was Eris like before she was what she is? That's cool, man. I like it. I like it. Did I do it again? I did it again. What a guy. Professional streamer, by the way. Right. That's the art. Did you make it to the end? A long TWAB is a long TWAB, no? It is indeed. It takes a lot of work and a lot on the part of the numerous teams to get a TWAB out the door. Our friends on the Sandbox team wrote the bulk of this update, and we'd like to thank them enough for their efforts, not only in developing the game, but taking the time to run through the goals and keeping players informed. Between the dev team, VizD team, localization, editorial, player support, Bungie.net, Foundation, and countless other teams and individuals who have helped us ship TWABs in the past, it's still crazy to me that we ship these nearly every single week on a given year. They're not all mega TWABs like today, but they still take a bit of work to get out the door as we continue to serve the community and provide transparency into our studio and daily lives. While I know I'm a week early for Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for every single one of them. Much love, and see you all next week for a short TWAB on Wednesday, remember. Until the 7th of December, I'll be dreaming of these sandbox changes. All I can think about is jumping onto an Arc Hunter and equipping flux grenades. Bet you can't stick it. Love it. Yo, Standing 4, thank you for the dono there, dude. Watch Shatter Dive still be broken? I appreciate the dono. You didn't have to dono. So yeah, what are we saying? Are we saying let's create a poll? Was the good changes? Are the changes good? My mic keeps kicking out for you. No, you should be good now. Are the changes good? Let's do a vote. What are we saying? Right, we'll do another for Lost Sector. Go back to farming those bad boys. You just watched the TWAB back, and you're so happy that it's not ability spam. Good stuff, Long. Good stuff. Appreciate you watching it back. Did they nerf Dunes? I didn't see Dune much as specifically mentioned in there. If we do Dune. No, they didn't mention Dune marches. Will Shadow Dive still potentially shut down a super? I would say it's probably unlikely. Face back. I mean, yeah. I mean, last word, you would be shut down. I've shut down a super with Shadow Dive. I don't know. It was a Spectral Blade. So you definitely can shut down a super right now, but you probably... It would be a lot harder to do so on December 7th. I like where they're going with it, man. Back towards gunplay. I mean, that's what I'm holding in my hand 100% of the time, so... They need to add damage resist for Golden Gun. I mean, supers have an element of damage resistance. It just probably needs turning up a little bit for that. I feel like a lot of the hunters don't have great damage resistance for their supers anyway. Did they just buff well? I mean, they made it have the lowest cooldown of all supers in the game. So, take that for what you want. We'll see. Golden Gun has 0 damage resistance. Does it really? Well, frick me. That is rough. Zero damage resistance is rough. Fusion rifle meta? I mean, it pretty much is always a fusion rifle meta anyway, right? Especially this season. Just look at what everyone's using for raids. Cartesian coordinate. Particle deconstruction is like... Particle disruptor, or whatever it's called, is like... Those debuffs are like meta shifting changes. TWAB is indeed out. Yeah, we read through the entire TWAB, my fruit. We read through all the changes, all the meat. Good to see you, Random. Hope you had a good day, dude. Doing? That's close. Full of cold now? Dude, how are you full of cold? The kids bought that home. I bet the kids bought that home, didn't they? Hope you feel better soon, my dude. Hella late. Yeah, we literally just went through the entire TWAB. On paper, it's an interesting read, and I don't feel like it... I was expecting a lot worse. I'll be honest. So I'm kind of glad we are where we are with it. I'm not going to waste my ammo on that guy. reload this. This is the Le Monarch, my dude. I've done the same thing again. Whoop. It's the exotic bow, Le Monarch. Sick. Lemon Arc. Sheesh. So many of these things, man. Oh. Void damage. Do I like you? You're here, dude. I love it. Bro. God. Here we go. What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? Lucky Pants. Dude. 61? No worries. Right. What were these frost? We got some stompies, didn't we? Let's have a look at those stompies. See what we got on those. So all in all, a fairly positive TWAB, I would say. 64. I mean, are they better than, or worse than the ones that I had before? Let's take these off. What are we saying? Are these better or worse? Not really sure. I know, I'm going to stick him in the vault anyway. Where's the... Oh, where were those lucky pants? Alright, let's go again. You thought you were the only one with max mobility stompies? No, dude. No, I got plenty. Right, it's the final run. See what we can do. Get out of here, bro. I got the boots with the fur yet. Boots with the fur? Which ones are those? Witch Queen's a season. Witch Queen's a DLC, which will come with a season alongside it. But the anniversary pack is a separate event. So I wouldn't treat it as a season, and I wouldn't treat it as a DLC, really, because it's not really going to have any story associated with it too much. Oh man, ruined. Did it legit put me all the way out here? Oh, it did. That's bad. RIP! Alright, let's clear those out, get them gone. Alright, where's this guy that sniped me like a good one? This guy here. Cool, he's dead. He's baiting me. Just finish him. Yo, King! Good to see you, King Louis. Welcome in. Right. Can't believe I haven't had a single pair of Star Eaters, man. Feels sad. Ah! Where's this annoying wyvern? I can see it. Yes. Best thing. It's the best thing for it, man. How was my recent birthday? Oh, thanks for asking, man. It was really good. Really nice and chill. He just regen health. Happy days. What was the website I was using a minute ago? That was DIM, Destiny Item Manager. RIP. So I have it like on Steam, you can have like a website. So I just have it up here and then I can just go through all my bits and my bobs. Yes, Destiny Item Manager is free, yes. Right, lasties. But yeah, if you search Destiny Item Manager or just DIM on Google, you'll find it pretty quick. Oh, you... He's gone. Where are the changes? Oh boy. There's a lot of changes, Rex. A lot of changes, my friend. But they will be live on the 7th of December, so just over 2 weeks' time. But yeah, this is the Le Monarch, yeah. You can read them here. I'll get the link for you, bro. Is that it? Yeah, that should be the TWAB. Beautiful. Let's grab that heavy. Three shots to head and you're dead. What's that with? Buff malfeasance, Lucky Pants. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Lucky Pants is really good now. Freaking wyverns, man. Hate them so much. Oh my god. Do you want to not for a second? I'm literally getting mauled here. Where's that champion? Oh, he just regenerated his health. That's awkward. Right then. Oh, he drops an umbral. Sick. Yes, Marcos, the TWAB is out, my friend. We've had a good read. Bombardiers again. Oh my god. Oh, actually, they're not bad for bombardiers. Can make those work. 5-minute runs, not too bad, not too shabby. So 69% think that that was a pretty good TWAB with good changes. I feel like it was decent. Pretty happy with some of those changes. Be interested to see how they play out though, that's the key thing. But the changes are good. Over 200 people voted, so interesting stuff. Let's go to Exo Stranger, then a tower. That'll be good. I'm glad they didn't make us wait too long for that TWAB, because it was quite a long and lengthy one. I think Houndless just posted the video on it as well, so let me get the link for that for you guys. So if you haven't, yeah, there we are. Let me get this link. So if you haven't read the TWAB, friend Houndless just posted a video covering all the huge ability changes coming on the 7th of December. So be sure to show him some love. Head over there and drop him a thumbs up. And a like on the old video and all that good stuff. Let's head to the tower. Oh, what a day. 19 days is going to go so quick, guys. Honestly. It's a good opportunity just to get ready. Maybe experiment with a few different subclasses and just, yeah. Get ready for Galahorn. 19 days. And a new dungeon. We'll be streaming that on the 30th anniversary when that launches, so we'll be streaming. There'll be probably a few streams going on at that time, so keep your peepers peeled for that. Huh. Crazy. All right, we'll go to the helm then. Fine. Are the legendary lost sectors bugged? You've done 10 solos so far and only get the odd enhancement core. The drop rates, aka, are pretty low, dude. I've been quite lucky tonight to get quite a few exotics, but not any of them were Star Eaters, which is what I was after. So it seems so, Reavers. That's the impression they gave. Things like Ice Luna and all that good stuff. Unfortunate. Right. Right, guys. I think we're going to round it out there for this evening. Appreciate you joining us for the TWAB waiting room. We'll keep these going for as long as TWABs are interesting. But TWAB is Wednesday next week, so we'll keep our peepers peeled on that. But as they did say this week, it will be a light one. So the jury's out when it comes to whether we'll stream TWAB next week or not. But if I do, I'll be sure to let you know, and I'll schedule that stream appropriately. But thank you, as always, for the viewership and your support. Super helps me out here on the channel. But yeah, exciting changes up and coming for the 30th anniversary pack, and more teasers and news for that will be launching over the next couple of weeks. So yeah, keep the peepers locked to the channel and we'll keep you up to date. But yeah, I want to jump off and get some food. But wherever you are, stay safe, and I'll catch you all again very soon.